Wait, so Liam Neeson's in a new movie? That's kind of cool. What's it about? It's a political thriller and action film? Wow. What's going on, everyone? James here with another real review, and today we're talking all about Liam Neeson's new action movie, Blacklight. A huge thank you to Briarcliff Entertainment for giving me the chance to watch this early for review. Now, it does hit theaters February 11th, so when you see it, guys, go ahead and get loud down below in the comments and let me know what you think. And before we get into what it's all about, the positives and the negatives, if it is your first time here at the channel, welcome to Real James, where I love talking about movies like this all the time. So if you do too, go ahead and hit the big red button below, subscribe to the channel, tap on that bell, and hit the thumbs up button if, again, you are a big fan of action movies. And of course, if you like Liam Neeson action movies, let me know which one's your favorite in the comments. Alrighty, guys, so let's get into it and let's talk about Blacklight. The movie is directed by Mark Williams, who also directed a Liam Neeson action movie called Honest Thief from last year. And if you want my honest opinion, well, I dropped a review for it. It's not good. Blacklight stars Liam Neeson, Emmy, Raver-Lampman, and Aidan, Quinn. Now, honestly, guys, my biggest draw before actually sitting down and hitting play was Emmy, Raver-Lampman, because really, Liam Neeson action movies, they're a dime a dozen these days. They're so similar to Taken, but not Taken, and it's just, they're all the same. But it was nice to see her name in the cast credit, because I really am loving her performances, and not just Umbrella Academy Season 2, but pretty much everything else. She's awesome. So in case you're unfamiliar with Blacklight, it's all about one man, Travis Block, who's a government operative coming to terms with his shadowy past. He discovers that the FBI is killing innocent civilians, yada yada yada. You kind of understand where it's going. It's very predictable. But you know what? Let's not get negative. Let's start off with the positives first, guys, because, well, actually, the positive. There's one positive here, and that really is the acting from Emmy Raver-Lampman. She plays Mira, a reporter for a local newspaper, and she's trying to basically crack this case open on the investigative side. So you have two people trying to essentially stop the FBI from killing innocents. You have Travis Block, he's going in there kicking a ton of butt, and then you have Mira, who is trying to write this story and get so many eyes onto it and uncover the secrets. It's a lot of generic storytelling, but she does do the best job that she can with this script. I could tell from the very first moment she was on screen, she was providing a breath of fresh air for this movie. And that was only 20 minutes into the movie, guys, seriously. 20 minutes in, there was a lot of generic acting, and unfortunately it kind of lingers, but Emmy Raver-Lampman provides this break from the norm. And unfortunately, yes, the script does get in the way of her great acting, but I do think that she's the sole positive here. There's really only one positive, and that's her. Everything else, guys, is a whole mess. So let's transition right now into the negatives, because Blacklight is a train wreck. And if you know me, guys, I am a very optimistic person by nature, so I hate giving negative reviews, but I just gotta be honest with you. Blacklight is not the best use of your time. The best way to sum it up is, this is one of those films that goes to theaters for 3 weeks, it goes to PVOD right afterwards, and you're probably never gonna hear about it again. It is a generic action and political thriller. Director Mark Williams doesn't really inject anything fresh into the genre, and it's very by the numbers. And not only that, guys, I don't think on the technical side of things, this movie does anything very well. The score is forgettable. You have the editing, which is a complete mess. There's this effect that is played with that is, I guess, supposed to make the viewer feel paranoid like Travis Block is in this film, but it doesn't work. It almost like jump cuts. There's a jittery kind of feeling on screen, and I'll be honest with you guys, it lingers throughout the entire film, and the last frame of this movie is literally using that weird edit. So I just think it was a complete misfire on that front. And then you have the actual hand-to-hand combat. So, okay, yes, the acting's not too good, we'll talk about it, and I figured, let's just get the action right. And it really couldn't do that either. Whether it be Liam Neeson fighting other agents, or it is just, well, hand-to-hand combat among some agents versus agents, it is just really unconvincing. And not only that, there's not a lot of natural progressions between shots, so I guess they try to make up for Liam Neeson being a little bit older, and they just have a ton of jump cuts. So it's supposed to make you feel antsy in a way, but the only thing it made me want to do was just fast forward, because I don't want to not be able to track the action in an action movie. So if you can't get that right, well, that's not good. So now let's talk about the writing. It is very, very one-dimensional. There is literally no dynamic appeal about this plot at all, and it does play with some subplots here and there, and it tries to really be smart by providing commentary on social media and headlines that journalists have to write and whatnot, but it doesn't do a good job because it, one, doesn't commit, and two, It's like a 55, 60 something year old, someone who's out of touch with this generation, wrote this script. There is no way, guys. And there are a lot of conversations in this movie, especially in the second act, that were just incredibly boring. The back and forth dialogue here doesn't work. It's not entirely snappy enough, and it doesn't really provide a lot of substance, so I won't lie to you guys. I did fall asleep twice in the middle of the movie. Don't worry, I watched it from front to back, but this entire film is so tough to get to, and it's almost an hour and 50 minutes long. Yeah. Alrighty guys, so let's dive right into the acting and talk about everyone outside of Emmy, Raver-Lampman, because this is a mess. And when I say a mess, I know that some of these actors can do it. Like Liam Neeson, yes, he can act his butt off. In Silence, he did an amazing job. Heck, in Taken, he was really solid as an action hero. But one, he's aging, and two, he's taking a lot of roles that are similar. They're very samey. It's the action hero role that, unfortunately, is getting tired at this point, and they're really running out of ideas because, again, they're recycling so many similar story beats, and this character that he plays, Travis Block, I didn't root for him one time. So that for me begs the question, is Liam Neeson's career kind of done? And to be honest with you, I don't think it's entirely over. I think if he can take a serious role, get a good script, good director, and get into a good film after this, I mean, hey, that'll be nice. It would be nice if he retires on a nice note, but to be honest with you, Blacklight is not it. He is just not good in this film. He's very plain, and then everyone around him, even like Aidan, Quinn, and whomever else is in this film, it's just not working, and they tried to make it work so badly, but I couldn't take it seriously, and even when I tried not to take it seriously, it didn't even make me laugh. It was not good. There were a lot of terrible moments. Character development here was nowhere to be found. It was all exposition based, so it really is one of those run-of-the-mill action movies that's going to probably end up, yeah, on PVOD or streaming, and you'll never hear about it again. I couldn't even speak. And yes, maybe this part of the review is a little bit more of a rant, and it's not really nitpicking, but I'm sorry, when there are inconsistencies in what's going on screen, I can always point it out, and it's distracting. Mira's boss at the newspaper that she works at, he's watching a soccer game, football, if we're gonna be real and accurate here. So he's watching a football game, and he says, "No, that just cost me a few quid." And the shot turns to the screen, somebody passed the ball, nobody scored, it's 0-0. And I'm like, Did they forget to do this in post? Was this on purpose? Did no one understand football? Like, I don't know, guys. There are a lot of different inconsistencies in this movie, so I don't want to go down the list, but yeah, that's what you can kind of expect from Blacklight. So overall, you guys, this film is a complete miss on every front. Emmy Raver-Lampman deserves so much better. She is a talent, she's amazing on screen, and I'm just so sad that this movie misused her and so many different actors. Unfortunately, Blacklight is one of the worst films of the year. It's a generic action movie that tries to act as a political thriller, and it can't even do that well. Liam Neeson, for as much as I know that he can act, the last few years, I mean 5, maybe even a decade, guys, they've not been kind to him. Silence is the only role I can think of in recent memory that he's taken that I finally said, my goodness, the man is showing off his acting chops. But since then, there's nothing that he's starred in that I can tell you that I really enjoyed. So I'll be honest with you guys, Blacklight, you can probably skip this one. I mean, it's one of those films, again, if you really want to see it, if you're a huge Liam Neeson fan, by all means, do it. But don't come out of this film expecting to have your mind blown. It's one of those movies that is just really, again, it's just not good. So there you have it, you guys. That's my real review of Blacklight. Unfortunately, a very negative review, but guys, hopefully we will have some amazing films to watch this week. So if you don't want to miss out on any more reviews, reactions, and news, go ahead and hit the big red button below. Subscribe to the channel. It's about to be an amazing rest of the month, a very busy rest of the month. So again, you're not going to want to miss out on anything. And get loud down below in the comments if you see Blacklight, and let me know what you think. And if you haven't seen Blacklight, let's just talk about this movie anyway. Alrighty guys, again, thanks so much for watching, and I'll catch you at the next screening. And I really hope Liam Neeson's not watching this,